private reference.
Okay.
So thanks for reconnecting, Chris. I really appreciate it. As you know, I just got back from Spain, and we're on an exciting journey. I think I'll keep you guys in the loop, but there's a lot more things coming on the horizon, and hopefully what you guys are doing at Cnxt is going to be part of it. I'm excited, and I appreciate you always keeping me in the loop on everything. So I just wanted to reconnect with you and see how we can, reignite this flame and get this what you're doing finally off the mark, and obviously talk about strategy, talk about various team effort, etc. So, Chris, why don't you give me a quick summary of since obviously it's been a couple of months since we last met down in New York, well, probably more than a couple of months. Why don't you give me a quick overview of what you and Steve have been progressing of late? I know you sent me something, but if you just give it a quick overview, that'd be great. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, so there's the exchange, which is the platform or the domain or the interface-based server suite to list the assets within CQG. That's like the regulatory capital network, if you will, for order routing with the market data. And there's the hypertext protocol, which is the way to have it where the special character anchored URLs are able to connect within HTTP, Chrome, and HTTPS:// and they have a way where we render the HTML files via the special character anchored URLs. Essentially, it's kind of like a last technological element, and we're doing it all pretty much within Google Cloud Platform and the AI systems, and that's about it, really.
Okay, so obviously I know not to be dangerous, but I have to admit I don't know the full power. I feel it's there, but I'm not sure. So obviously you're creating a new web. I mean, in the old days, it used to be www, right? So everyone knew of that. That's the World Wide Web, and that's where the beginning was. Then obviously there's a diversion. Again, I'm just talking in very simplistic terms. Then there's the HTTP, which is an unsecured, unverified, which is what still most websites, including my own, although not my own, being progressed. Then there's the more secure site, the HTTPS domain site that has a certification on it to vet it. But what you are creating is a new URL setup beyond that, which is has a lot of more tools, a lot more securities, a lot more connectivity, and you're building basically a new beyond this new www to HTTPS to you're building a new completely new parallel universe, basically. Am I stating this in simplistic terms?
Well, yeah. Essentially, all we have is a new way to store and query files that's decentralized and through a hash file, content addressable files, not through server-based location IP strings. And so we have a new way to store and access files that's globally distributed and decentralized, which requires a new set of URLs, which are the special character anchored URLs. And in order to get the special character anchored URLs to render within Chrome : / and HTTPS : / we need the hypertext transfer protocol and the HTML file rendering system. And that's about it, really. And what it combines, it enables the same stuff in a decentralized format and a bunch of new stuff in terms of integrated native services and financial systems, basically.
Yeah. So again, I'm just going to summarize because I may send it to certain important people. So I just want to make it clear that I'm clear. So in the old days, what you're effectively doing is creating the equivalent of the blockchain for the new domain. So just like blockchain has done for cryptocurrency, you're creating a decentralized blockchain management system for new website, new web domain. So you're taking it out of, the analogy I make is in the old day, the bank got all your money. They put all their money in. That's the only way you could basically, other than put it in your bed, you had to put your money into a centralized banking system, whether the US or whatever. And they had your money. They control your money. It was a completely so. So blockchain liberate that, or is in the process of trying to liberate the financial system by decentralizing it and creating these crypto currency, these server. So you're doing the equivalent, the same for the web domain. In the past, the web domain were basically controlled by essentially the US government because they control all the web registration, all that stuff. So it's basically pretty much a centralized platform. So you're decentralizing that now by using the equivalent of blockchain to liberate the web domain so that everyone has control of their own data, of their own domain, of their own. Is that a fair summary, a fair analogy?
Yeah, that is.
Okay, perfect. So just like what people are trying to do with the decentralized cryptocurrency, yeah, there's hiccups, there's failures, there's whatever, but the essential core of what people are trying to do by decentralized finance, by allowing people to control their own money again and not centralized system, whether they will eventually work or not, time will tell. But that is the essence, and you're doing exactly the same. And that's why I am so excited because, and I say I know enough to be dangerous, but I don't know enough to help implement it. Obviously, beyond me on the technical scale, but on the marketing, and I'm putting it into right focus. I think this is where I and our collective can come in. So
definitely
onto that, what do you need specifically, or do you need specifically from me and our collective to help you launch your new decentralized websites?
Well, like the central banks have their own ledger, own databases, right?
Yeah.
And so the central bank cooperation, in order to make it where they issue or record their transactions within the ledger system, is a big variable. And past that, there's the essentially just the regular business networks, whatever everyone's networks are, to have them essentially hand the keys off to the right people at those networks, for the keys being the domain keys. And there's that, and then there's the essentially listing of companies' shares and properties onto the exchange. That's kind of a new one, and those are the big things. But like, say the Empire State Building's owner wanted to list it on as an asset or a property on the exchange, then that would be a way people could buy or sell interests in the Empire State Building or the Sears Tower, or it's kind of the exchange is a clean slate where it's like 24/365 liquidity. Global public system where it's fee-free transactions. It's all fee-free. It's just a member fee, and so it's a way to list assets that are over a certain dollar value, and that's kind of like, I think, a big value offering to certain people who own assets. And then the way to record transactions autonomously, and then essentially trigger or combine services based on those data points is kind of the same old for everyone.
Okay. A few months ago, obviously, we were pursuing using this technology and this platform that you're developing for putting together a new monetization system. So to take advantage of our collective financial network that had potentially these SPLC for monetization. And so back then we were discussing about leveraging your connectivity to your families and obviously your partners, financial partners such as Blackstone, Fidelity, and having them set up a trading platform using your technology and the monetization from our financial partners, from our collective, to do these various trades. is that still a viable option that we're looking at? And is that so? How have you progressed with your discussion with your financial partners
Yeah.
in
So
trading platforms,
the
such as
SPLC,
Blackstone?
all that's going to come out of the smart contract system in our system's contracts with an X instead of contracts. So that's we're gonna have to see exactly what we're dealing with there, where when the system's on, in terms of it's limited by inputs and everything, and so I'm not exactly sure. It's the kind of system I know least about right now with the reset of this whole
Yes.
system. So we'll have to really go through the interface and see what we're working with there.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to come to the $64,000 question, which is, what are your main priorities now that you absolutely need? And you mentioned in your text to me that you pretty much will be near launch in 4 days or so. So what do you actually need to actually make things trigger? Do you need backers, financial investors, venture capitalists to put funds into your entity to develop it into a marketable product? Do you need partners, financial partners to do that? What is the most critical aspects that you and your Cnxt need right now to make it basically happen? To basically
Cnxt
get
needs
off the launch pad?
yeah, we need to engage a few third parties and cover our cloud platform expenses. But
Okay, so the third parties, are they investors? Are they banks?
no,
Are they
they're just talent. It's like people to make it so we get approved by the CFTC, SEC for the exchange. People to combine the Ditto, Trader, XT, Ranger systems within the exchange and the exchange within HTTP, and essentially hone the smart contract system to be a little more, I would say, simple, a little less developer
okay?
and intensive for each contract, and just essentially just add interfaces to the protocols interface suite. Really about it. And then there's the sales guys, which is we have these fractional sales teams, and we have this like email system. We have all these emails and data points on people to be able to offer them the offering we have in our inventory, and so just kind of just doing everything within either regulatory,
Yeah.
box check off to combine these centralized disconnected systems in our system and to distribute the sales and like close these deals, following up with people. Gonna need to apply dozens of these guys on the phone as we're going at it.
All right. May I ask you a question? Have you approached one of the big players in the tech field, such as Google or Meta, formerly Facebook?
Yeah,
Would
I
this
mean,
be
we're in pretty Google.
So you're receptive to that?
Yeah. So like Cnxt GPT is our AI system, and we
Yeah.
have pretty deep integration with Google and ChatGPT.
Okay. All right. Again,
They're
I'm just
really important
putting
for us
this
as
up
AI.
there. I'm not saying it necessarily happened, but would this be a technology that you are able or willing to partner with Asians, such as Chinese partners as well, if we package it right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're receptive to, okay, that's great. Now, one of the things I need to do for you and with you is I need to put together a concise marketing deck. Now, I know you guys have produced decks in the past, but I'm going to be blunt with you, okay? So I'm not saying this just out of spite or whatever, okay? It is your deck and your information is way too hard to digest. I have a PhD in nuclear physics, and I found it very, very hard to digest. Therefore, if a PhD nuclear physics genius brain bot like me, and I am super smart, as everyone would tell, and I'm not just saying that out of arrogance, that's a correct statement. So if a PhD super smart nerd like me find it hard to digest what the hell you guys were trying to say, then take my word for it. The average Joe, even the smart Joe, is going to have it extremely difficult. Okay,
Yeah.
so I just, so as you know, I'm trying to conquer the world with my own goddamn, and I have my own complex equations and all that, which is even more complex than what you guys are doing, right? But
Yeah.
one thing that I found that
Yeah.
the more dumbed down I put it, the more receptive it becomes, right? So, so Allied's not going to go mountain. You have to move the mountain to Allied. So people are, I won't say stupid. I use that term. Then you have to do a deck or presentation that is, quote, to that level of understanding. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's something that you and I and with Steve has to make sure that we put together a really, really dumbed down marketing. So I saw, like I said, I know enough information to be dangerous, and I can then help put together this really, really dumbed down but extremely powerful. So that's why. So even though my super deck, I asked my client staff partners to do a beautiful creative thing. It's dumbed down but extremely powerful. So what I need from you and Steve is just bullet point items of what the most powerful, decent, this is the jargon, and I'll work with Andrea, our marketing team, to put together a powerful, very simplified super deck that we can then, for me anyway, but you can obviously use it, but for me to go to my partners, whether it's here in America or obviously to Asia, that we can initiate the partnership that you say you need, the third-party partnership, which obviously includes funding thing. But that's something that I believe that we really, really need to make it extremely concise marketing deck for you guys, because as I said, what you delivered in the past was way too over the top, to be honest with you. Okay, and I'm just saying that I'm not saying that to be I want to be a success for you and obviously for me selfishly as well, because I believe in what you guys are trying to do. Okay, so this reconnection, a great reintroduction, and over the coming days, because I'm working on a few other things, I'm going to summarize. I'm going to send you this and summarize what we talked about. And then coming days, I'm going to put together a strategic plan of how we can take your genius idea, yours and Steve, and take that and condense it into a super deck that is beautiful, nuanced, powerful, and get the message out so I can put it onto the desk of these people, which will give you, we're lucky we may get 15 seconds at a time, maybe 15 minutes, and we have to get that powerful message over to them like that. Okay. And not rely on them. So, like I said to you, they're even less patient than I am. Okay, Chris. So anyway, so thank you for this reconnection. I'm very, very excited, Chris. So thank you again, and I will get back to you. I'll send you the recording. I'll get back to you and put together a strategic plan of how we can, join the dots again. And this time, make sure we align the right ducks in the right way so that we can get this thing off the ground together. Okay, Chris?
Exactly.
All right. All right. Thanks, Chris. God bless you. I'll be in touch again. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.